My Gavan and Melanine, and well met indeed. I'm Araka Galadothan, the head of the modding team behind the mod Divide and Conquer, and welcome back to the mod Divide and Conquer as we continue on as the Woodland Realm. Things have taken a little bit of a turn, haven't they? Dol Guldur fell to the Variags of Khand in our last episode, and a campaign that was going swimmingly turns to evil, as we are now forced to clamber back, really. Claw back that which is lost. But all hope is not lost, for over here in the east, Draugol makes his way through Rawberg with an army that will wipe out anything that stands in his way. And we hope to take Rawberg and then move him into Southis. That's what I am going to do. I need to get a buffer between us and Dol Guldur. However, at the same time, our king, Thranduil the Good, and 2 units of horse archers are going to head out to take Ilanin, the wooden castle in the corner there, so that Dol Guldur don't have anything behind us either, unless the men of Dale can beat us to it, which would be really, really welcome if they could do that. I'd really appreciate that. So we are attacking, aren't we? Draugol into Rawberg. We're going straight in. Now Lugzag is the commander, and he's got catapults of his own. That'll be a pain. And Zagug is helping out from behind, but no issues really, so straight in. Fight to the end. Now, and of course, as many people commented on, and thank you all very much for that. There's an image of the Balrog and Gandalf. I reached 15,000 subscribers, which is amazing, absolutely amazing. And as I recorded this, I'm on 15,085. But therein brings me to another somewhat more sobering topic, I suppose, and that is that whilst, yes, I've reached 15,000 subscribers, which is more than I ever thought I'd ever manage, it is slowing down quite substantially. And it is something that all YouTubers obviously face. You're not just going to soar and reach the upper echelons. I never imagined I'd even make it to 15,000, so I'm by no means moaning. I'm merely highlighting the reality that whilst we've reached 15,000, I can't imagine we'll go higher than maybe 20 absolute tops. Which is ideal, really, because I never really want this to take over my existence, which it can do if you get too big. Obviously, I don't have any social media presence whatsoever, and that's always the first calling that people ask for. I mean, I don't use Twitter, I barely use Facebook even for myself. I don't Instagram, none of that nonsense. So I don't really want to get too big. I'm pleased, really pleased, and quite proud actually with how well I've done though, and so I'm wanted to share that with you all. Oh god, we've got like no archers. We're a nation of archers, and I've built an army that's got none. Well, crap. But so thank you all very much indeed for your ongoing support. Now I won't do a special we've reached 15,000. I will save that for 20,000 if we do reach 20,000. But for now, rest assured that I am pleased and that I am grateful to each and every one of you.
The enemy have brought up more men.
Before we worry about, I don't know, can you get at least one shot in there? Oh, well, the gate's open. Oh, that's because they've just opened it, haven't they? I was hoping to get some lovely squashing kills. Keep attacking the gate, because there seems to be a sort of glitchy effect going on here at the moment. Where is their siege equipment? Oh, right at the back. Right out of the way. Yeah, I'm not really sure what's happened here, but...
We've breached the enemy's walls.
That was very easy. Oh my good lord! How many was that? That was phenomenal. That was an absolutely best possible outcome. 2% has just gone to 8% with 1 catapult bolt. That is outrageously good. Who else can we pick at? Oh, I don't know. I want them to fire at will, kind of, but at the same time I don't. Try and hit those wargs, see how good you get on there. Those units are just going to die. Why they've charged out, I don't know. We come from the Woodland Realm. As I mentioned in the last one, but I will mention again, I have included a lot of the new loading screens that you've all now got in version 1.2, and I popped them into this game so that we can have some delightful new screens to look at as we continue on these campaigns. But further to that, El Monstero, oh, another great kill, I love it. Further to that, El Monstero has added even more loading screens. Now, sadly, a little too many. And L, if you are listening, I have, for DaC's personal use, gone through and deleted about 100. I think about 105 of them I eventually removed. Now, I will also say that 4 of those were duplicates.
The battle is very much in
But
our
I removed a few, and I'm afraid that, yes, one of the ones that did go were pretty much any representation of the movie's version of the character. So not just Evangeline Lilly, but she unfortunately was a casualty, but also the images of Bilbo and whatnot. But to those of you who are listening who would think, oh, I really want to look at pictures of Evangeline Lilly in my loading screens because she's really cool as Tariel. And yes, she was cool, I'm not denying that, I've not removed her just because she was who she was. It was just that the file size for the file that El Monstero has created was gargantuan. And so some of the loading screens had to go, and there are other ones that I just considered way cooler. Some that really depict events in Middle-earth history that are kind of unknown to a lot of people. I wanted those to get the forefront, to get the screen time, as it were, as opposed to images of like Bilbo Baggins, Martin Freeman's Bilbo Baggins. Because, yes, Martin Freeman portrayed Bilbo Baggins, it was very, very cool, but you can just watch the films and see him. But many of you might have read about a feature in Middle-earth's history but never thought to look up an image of it, and you might be delighted to see Glorfindel fighting off a Balrog, or images of Tirion, which is a city in Aman. And there were so many cool loading screens that El Monstero had got that I just basically removed the more modern ones to save space. But rest assured that our loading screens are now at about 250. So in version 1.2 you've got about 150 loading screens, and in the next version, and whenever we come to do my new campaigns, whenever they come out, oh, another blood-curdling attack, that's outrageous. Whenever my campaign, well, these campaigns as well, because I'll put the loading screens in here, but the newer campaigns you'll see them all. So there's some new loading screens for the future, which is cool. Right, I think we've played around enough. Oh no, look, we've got loads of arrows left. Get a bit closer, lads. Take the Gurthan in with you, just in case. I'm not sure they've actually got any archers. Our catapults are doing so well. 20% of the enemy has died. Let's send some flaming shots in, see how good they do. Also, when we finally come to break in, I think we'll take them. Oh, and the enemy's coming. Wasted their shots. Such a shame. Orc Maulers are coming. But the Orc Maulers can be cut off quite nicely by our Cavalry of Dale. Men of Dale, it is time!
Rise up, men of Dale!
It certainly is, man. Oh, their catapults are firing back! We're standing much too close to the wall. Pull back! I'm not losing you to a bloody catapult blow. Right, those catapults, though, you can just fully get out of the way. You're not needed. Oh, we might be way too close. Right, I think it's time. We're going in. Because we are right in the firing line. Where the hell are you going? Send in the Elbereth. Oh, and the Gurthanen as well, actually, because I'm not that keen on Gurthanen. No, Gurthanen aren't very good in prolonged melee. Ivana's chosen. Why didn't you charge the Maulers? I'm sure I told you. Oh, I must have told the bloody catapults to charge them all. Men of Dale. Oh, lovely, lovely charge. Now pull out before you sustain substantial losses. Oh, 4 of your number fell. But my word, did you kill a lot of the others. Right, so the Maulers aren't a threat. And we've got some Dol Guldur host over there. Gurthanen, go and deal with them. Oh, we don't need to, actually. No, you guys hold off for a moment. Let the other Dale Cavalry Battalion get involved. Elbereth Guards, start making your way in. With any luck, their catapults will kill themselves. You guys hit the Maulers, and you now charge them. Ah, they're in a thin line. Very good way of dealing with cavalry is to stand in that thin line. Because it means we don't hit the units at the back.
The enemy are badly bloodied. They have lost half their men.
Oh, that was 67 in the end. That's a shame. They got loads of people left alive. killed about 40 odd of them, just as the Gurkhanen arrive.
Good tidings. If we continue like
And the
this,
captain of
we
the
will
reinforcements
smash
has
the
just
enemy.
died straight away.
Behold how our cowardly foe runs.
And the Elbereth
It's
guards
time to
break
press
through.
the attack.
Their blue flowing cloaks, golden armor, or elven armor, bronzy armor. He just died on the first attack from a warg. That's a joke. There's the Lorien captains looking particularly unarmored, given that they are the captain unit. Right, and the Ivana's Chosen have arrived, so those two units will hopefully be able to kill everything inside there. But we would be remiss if we didn't at least allow the javelins to support in some way. Ivana's Chosen, pull out, you're done. You're done, pull yourselves out. So, in go the javelins to support as we press on. Everything that could challenge us is pretty much dead, so... Oh, they have got archers. Mirkwood Hunters. 2 battalions, 1 small, 1 large. And of course they have got the catapults, but they're going to do more harm than good, to be honest. How are you going to throw? Oh, good throw. Straight through. Getting them in the back. How many have we lost? 1%! Oh dear. Very one-sided. And both of their generals have died, haven't they? Lugzag died quite some time ago, so... I tell you what, once you have finished with your javelins... Actually, we might be able to just use you right now. Let's do it right now. Let's go on a bit of a flank attack.
Only half the enemy force remains.
Don't get involved, don't get involved. Run round. Ah, bugger. Oh, that was a really good hit. Damn. Right, you go and actually just shut down those bastards. You move in to get your javelin throws off. They're getting cocky. I want you to go in melee and then use what you've got left over to throw up the hill. You're in position. Aim! Didn't really do very well, did it? I thought, given their tightly knit style at the moment, that it would have killed a lot more. Right, the catapults are out. And in the centre there, it's going rather well. Rather well indeed. Now, talks of modding, as I commented on in the last episode, the last video, and many people seem to be keen on the idea of Harad having to conquer all of Harad before they actually attack Gondor when you play as Harad. And that idea so far has not yet met with a single dissenting opinion. Everyone is in favour of it, which is quite astounding, really. Very rare. So almost certainly we'll probably press with that. And I am keen to make it the same for Khand, actually. Now, someone did suggest, could we have Khand starting like the Mongols? So instead of Khand actually starting with anywhere, you basically start the game with one battalion of a reasonably large amount of troops and your general, and you're basically horde mode. You have to go out and capture where you want to go. The problem is, you'd start in Khand anyway. So naturally, your first attack, your first port of call, would be a Khandish settlement. And as the most attractive settlement, shall we say, in Khand is Sturlutzerkhand, which is the capital city, it's likely you'd just take that straight away anyway. So I was kind of not in favour of that. I thought it just seemed like an unnecessary hurdle. So we won't add that. But I would certainly be in favour of Khand and Harad both having to unite the clans before they attack anyone. Now, some people have also said that it would work for Rune, and to be honest, actually, Rune are the kind of quintessential clan confederacy nation, because we know that from Rune come the Wain Riders and the Balkoth, 2 distinct tribes, whereas in Harad we just know that they're kind of like more Bedouin-style warriors. So, whilst they're kind of all tribes, they're all at least like the same kind of tribes. Whereas in Rune, they're distinctly different tribes. Wain Riders and Balkoth were never particularly considered the same kind of clans. They were always described as being different. And then, of course, we have the Easterlings of the Third Age. Now, the Easterlings is just the generic term for anyone from the East, or late Third Age, sorry. But
Our men
it's
no
also
longer
kind of
command
suggested
the
that the
city.
Wayne Riders and the Balkoth are different to the Eastlings who attacked Minas Tirith in the War of the Ring. So it could potentially stretch to
men are in
Rune as
command
well.
of
And
the
to be honest,
city.
I would be in favour of it. The only one who it will never be stretched to is, of course, Umbar, because Umbar only have 3 provinces anyway. But someone also suggested about potentially making it so that even the AI doesn't get the expansion settlements. Someone did say that perhaps maybe if Harad, when you play as whoever, Harad will always only start with that one
We've
region.
lost control of the city.
But the
Our
problem
men
with
have
that is it
taken
makes them
control
way
of the
too
city.
easy to be killed by a human early on. And if you played as Dol Amroth or Gondor, you'd basically have no threat from the south for a good 30 turns or so. Excuse me, sorry. And that's just that would make the Gondor and Dol Amroth campaigns so easy, it'd be unreal. But what I could do, what I can do with my limited knowledge of scripting, because whilst I always go on about not being able to script, I do have I have a working knowledge of the scripting. Like, I theoretically know how the things work, and I can break them down and see what they can do. I could just never hope to create one from scratch. But I can copy and paste existing ones because I tend to understand what they do. And so I might be able to make it so that if you played as Harad, then maybe Khand didn't start with all of their regions. So that essentially if you play as Harad, you can unite the entirety of the
This
east
is a
and
clear
south.
victory.
And for example, if you play as Khand, then maybe Harad doesn't start with all of its regions, because then that gives you that extra incentive. So the Khandish, the nation of, we could also make it essentially so that Khand and Harad almost share each other's roster. So if you play as Khand, you can train all the Haradrim units from Harad, but only from Harad. And if you play as Harad, you can train all the Khandish units from Khand. So your main units would be your units, but you'd be able to train their units if you take their regions. But then if you play as anyone else, Harad and Khand in the turn 1 auto expansion capture everything. Because you can set a setting that says, like, if you are playing as XYZ faction, then this happens. But if you're playing as X faction, then this happens. And it will obviously check which faction you are to see what it's going to do. 189 kills from the Elbreth Guard. Well done. Sorry, I'm talking totally about different stuff. There's one of the new loading screens that even you guys will have seen. Potentially, if you've come around to it. I was just going to say, even you guys haven't seen, but then I remembered that I haven't added those new loading screens to this one yet. Kill them all. Right, so very few losses on our part, which is good. But what we are, unfortunately, going to have to do is wipe out these guys. You don't really have much choice.
Follow me.
We can't leave stragglers. Dol Guldur needs to be boxed in completely. It's the only way we're gonna kill them, is to completely cut them off from all their avenues. In the north, we're totally safe, and in the west, Erebor have even taken Rakuberg. The Misty Mountains are not a threat. Our only enemy is Dol Guldur, so we have plenty of time to deal with Dol Guldur. Oh wow!
I would fight for your people as if they were my own, friend. Your attention is an honor, noble ally.
King Bane, age 66. And there's a standard Dalian general, Vanderkind. Vanderkinte. Right, I think we're at an end turn, but then how much more movement can the army go? We're not going to take that with us, that'll go somewhere else, so. Because Laglug, we can't allow Laglug to survive. He has too many forces.
We protect the elven lands.
And a lot of archers. Right, we'll use our spearmen this time. Battle Woodland. On men!
The blight from this land.
Sorry, excuse me. Cough, 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 cough. Got a drink. It's just I haven't drunk enough recently, and it's obviously causing a problem. Rovanian is a good enough name for the episode, I believe, as we are currently fighting in the vast expanses of... now, we have less archers than them, so Rain's going to do us a service. Here on this nameless field, we meet the enemy. And we meet them. Now, I would bet a penny to a pound that they'll either pull back up to this semi-hill, or they will pull up completely to this hill. So we will go for the sneaky yet delightful tactic of running to the top of it to beat them there. Because, as I have now absolutely droned on about, fighting downhill gives your archers and your melee troops an advantage, and claiming hills is a big, big win. Right, it looks like we're going to beat them to it, but they are coming this way, as expected. So, we'll line up. We'll use our cavalry to stop their archers doing too much to us. Spearmen, run to there. Javelins, run to that side in case you needed. Excuse me, sorry. Archers, next to the javelins. Men of Lorien, you're not particularly needed. Same with the axemen, we won't really need you. So, pull yourselves away and out. Group up. Cavalry, you will be needed. Oh, you healed all of your units. Oh, that's phenomenal. Cavalry, start making a wide turn already. Get out over there. I like Dale. I like the look of the Dalian units a lot. I really do. That design, that simplicity, yeah, it just looks so good. They're all nodding as they walk. You're right. Yeah, you're right. You're right. You're right. You're right. Just makes me laugh. Ready your spears, elves. Ready your spears. Have I just sent my cavalry clean into them? No, no, we are around the side. Although they're moving in a strange way. Okay. Might as well get some... No, we'll wait, we'll wait. If they're giving us a perfect rear attack, then I'm a fool not to accept that. Force them to clamber up the hill to us. Don't run away, because you'll run away forever. Oh, why aren't you firing at will, you idiots? Anyone turning to face our cavalry? No, they're just allowing themselves to be surrounded. We haven't got a very good general on their team then, have they? Dogaldor archers are firing. Take them out. Mirkwood hunters are firing. Take them out. Why have they just allowed my cavalry to completely circle them? I just don't get it. And then a solid rear charge on archers. It's going to be devastating. And the Mirkwood hunters are actually running into us. Oh, and the men of Dale are going to earn their stripes today, let me tell you that. Oh, it seems to have been something of a ploy. They're turning all their force round to meet us. Men of Dale, it is time! If we continue
like this, we will smash the enemy.
20% of the enemy has died already. Alright, no need to stand on ceremony here. We're better than them in melee. Let's see to it that it's decided. Men of Dale again charge, and again crippling the Mirkwood hunters. Not surprising, Mirkwood hunters are snagger. They're just snagger in a different design. Oh, those Orc Raiders caught them out a bit though. They've lost a few. Right, cycle and repeat. Oh, they are men. Ah, yes, the wooden spearmen getting at the. I forget that the elves are quick. Forget that the elves run faster than everyone else. No, 50% of them have died. We've got breaking across the board. It's nice to have cavalry. I really like cavalry.
Only half the enemy force.
I'm not that great with it. Well, it's not about not being great. Everyone knows how to use cavalry. It's just that I'm lazy and I don't pay enough attention, and I often forget about them and they get stuck in prolonged melee and they die. But it's nice to have a full-blooded battalion of 75, and not just of 75. I mean, they've got passable stats. The fleeing Mirkwood hunters get cut off in the side. They're not even fleeing. Where were they going? I wonder if their captains called the retreat command. You come and support. You're our general. You'll be really good when you get in there. Don't bother shooting anything anymore. I don't think we need to.
Good tidings. The enemy general lies dead.
Oh, I've left you in too long. Sorry. See, cavalry take losses no matter how good or bad they are. And we've got routing. Right, so they've broken. It's all over. Right, capture as many as you can, man.
It's time to press the attack.
Capture as many as you can. You capture them. 64 of you, come and get involved there. 70 of you, you're taking down those Dogaldor host. Right. get those bulk of those hunters. Yep, that'll do. Come out and grab these. We only need the bulk of them, really. You don't actually need to kill and capture everyone. The capturing mechanic, though, is so broken. They frequently do very strange things. And then I do enjoy that, the invisible wall. All of these people should try and be mimes, so they've got it absolutely nailed. Well, I think we're done here. We're done here. Clear victory. 48 elves lost their lives and 1,921 orcs paid. It's just not fair, is it? The orcs should just give up now. Oh, sweet Jesus. The Dale cavalry killed over 600 just between them. Phenomenal power there. No wonder factions like Rohan are an absolute doddle. And Dol Amroth to an extent, until unfortunately, as much as it pained me to do it, I nerfed them as much as I could possibly bring myself to. But Rohan still have that effect, because they're obviously almost their entire army is cavalry. I'm afraid that as much as I need money, and that you might well pay that money for them, I need you to die more. I can't have you running around here.
Sire, we will need that one.
Right, Draugol, make your way to Burst Southis. Oh, who are we going to leave here? I just suddenly thought. We're never going to make enough money. We're making like no money.
Follow me.
Someone has to stay behind, and
For the light.
I tell you what, if you fill out, pad up the rest of your groups, and then it will be you, 92 of you. So we're at an end turn. Fingers crossed, nothing bad happens. Touch wood. I don't mean that it crashes. Obviously, we don't want it to crash ever, but I mean that let's touch wood that it doesn't. Dumbledore, don't get any silly ideas. Don't muster any armies out of nowhere. I wonder what that Eastling army will do. In many ways, it's actually advantageous to lose an invasion settlement early, because it means that many armies just return to where they came from. And the Dominion of Isengard, what are we sending an agent over there?
Your orders.
That's bloody miles away.
Without question.
Oh no, apparently he's right
Stopping there. Here.
2 days away, or 2 seasons away. Ah, Legolas, you were meant to be part. Oh, good, sweet Jesus. Oh, the invasion. I use Jesus' name a lot, but I don't know why. Oh, wooden sentinels, even better than scouts. Look how rage is 9 damage.
Come, my brothers.
Legolas, I'd really like you to go back into a fort, actually, because you're quite an expensive guy. Very expensive tastes.
Elves.
But then I was going to use your army, but we're not really making enough money to do
Sire.
that.
Yes, my lord.
Onward.
That catapult as well is
Follow
going to
me.
slow us down
For them,
so
come
much.
on. Sire.
We have no choice.
Like the wind.
We need it so that we can attack them straight away.
Scatter them.
Right, King
Come, my
Thranduil,
brothers.
continue with the plan. You're off to Ilanin.
Engage.
Legolas,
Completed.
you're not going to have enough troops to come back and take it. And even if you do, he might call another bloody invasion. And at the minute, they're all free upkeep. No, go and see if you can like pester some units or something. Anything you can possibly think of doing to annoying the enemy, I would take that.
At ease. We will need that one.
Go in there and build me
Stay
some
alert.
towers as well. But that, I think, is going to end this episode. Now, by my understanding, that's about 29-ish, 30-ish minutes. But not necessarily because of that being the time, but because it's now 20 to 5. And I am out in 20 minutes. So I unfortunately need to stop. But hopefully that came to about half hour. I've stopped using a timer. I used to use a timer. That's how on point I am. But anyway, I do hope you've enjoyed this episode. I enjoyed that episode. I like the fact that we're now having to claw it back. We now have got to fight. Obviously, we will get it back. I can be that cocky and confident. Draugol's army is going to destroy Dol Guldur. They don't even know the firestorm that is coming down upon their heads. His army is going to beat anyone that dares to stand before us, especially with the power the Dale Cavalry are offering. And they've both now got experience, which is good. Once Dol Guldur goes down... Now, I was tempted to play this campaign slightly evilly, but obviously we don't really have an incentive to this time. Unlike last time, where Thranduil's Halls was actually taken by Dale, it gave us a reason. But this time it would be totally out of the blue to attack Dale. But then our only other objective, I think, is to kill Mordor. Yeah, we need Mordor and Mirkwood, and taking down Mordor from an Elven perspective would be slightly different and essentially easier. So I may well keep this one normal, to be honest. Once we've taken Dol Guldur, we'll push on and we'll take Mordor, because we only need 20 regions, and we've already got 11. And we only need Thranduil's Halls, Barad-dûr, and Dol Guldur, so taking Barad-dûr at least would be very, very interesting and fun. And whilst you'll see that in the Gondor campaign as well, it's an entirely different perspective when you fight it from the Elven perspective. But we'll see where we get to after that. My aim actually is to conclude these campaigns when they actually end. So when we've won this campaign, that is when I will end it. But of course, the only way to actually beat Mordor is with the ring. So we may actually have to get the bloody ring, which is a shame, because I find it such a bloody annoying little task. Don't get me wrong, I like it, and I think it's a cool feature, and hopefully it works, because lots of people are reporting that it crashes the game, but hopefully it works. Anyway, that's all for next time. So until we speak again, dear friends, thank you very much for watching, and Navarna den Perimad Melunin, and farewell.